welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS, presenting to you the daily quiz for 23rd of December 2022. But before we begin, here is an important announcement. BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS is organizing a workshop to help you understand the art of making crisp and clear notes that can add value to your revision, and also the strategy to plan the revision in such a way that it is effective and helps you crack the exam. Join this session on the BYJU'S Exam Prep app at 6 p.m. tomorrow, that is 24th of December. If you're looking for help with respect to note making and revision, you must join this session. The link for registration is given in the description box below. Also, if you haven't joined our official Telegram channel yet, you can join this channel by clicking on the link given in the description box. Now let us begin and take a look at the first question for today. How many of the following pairs is or are correctly matched? So we have the list of martial arts and the states that they are very popular in. Number 1, Inbuan Wrestling, Mizoram. Number 2, Parikhanda, Andhra Pradesh. Number 3, Thang Ta, Manipur. Number 4, Silambam, Tamil Nadu. Before we discuss the answer, pause the video, mark your answers and let me know how many questions you could get right. Drop the number in the comment section. To answer this question, we need to know about the various martial arts in India and where they are from. This Inbuan wrestling is a type of combat sport that originated in Mizoram. It is said to have originated in the village of Dangklang in 1750. In this martial art form, the wrestler's arms are used as the main weapon in addition to grappling techniques. It has very strict rules that prohibit knee bending, kicking, and also stepping outside the circle. So first one is correctly matched. Moving on to Parikhanda. Parikhanda is a martial art commonly practiced in Bihar. Here, sword and shield are both used. This art is said to have been developed by the Rajputs. The Chow dance also uses the Parikhanda movements and techniques. So 2 becomes incorrect. Coming to Thang Ta. This is the art of sword and spear, and it is the traditional martial art form of Manipur. The unarmed aspect of Thang Ta is known as Sarit Sarat. And both these forms are collectively known by the name Huan Lalong, which means the method of safeguarding. So 3 here is correct. It is from Manipur. Coming to Silambam. This martial art form is from Tamil Nadu, and also remember that it has a mention in the Tamil Sangam literature. It is mainly based on weapons, the most widely used weapon being a stick. So 4 also is correct. Therefore, the right answer to our question would be option C, 3 only. The reason we've picked up this question is because of this article in the Hindu newspaper today that has a mention about National Wrestling Championship. And the task for you for today is to let me know in which state did the Kalari Paitu martial art form originate in. Moving on to question number 2. Keki Mistry committee was constituted by SEBI to review the regulations related to option A, share buybacks, option B, cryptocurrencies, option C, alternative investment funds and venture capital funds, option D, algo trading. Why this question? According to this article in the Indian Express newspaper today, SEBI, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, is phasing out buyback of shares of listed companies through the exchange route. So it is important for us to understand what this stock exchange route is. First of all, what is share buyback? When a listed company buys its own shares from the existing shareholders, it is known as share buyback, which is also called as share repurchase. Right? Now, what is the stock exchange route of buying back these shares? Under the stock exchange route, a company can buy back shares only and only on the stock exchanges having nationwide trading terminals. Right? The buyback of shares is made only through the order matching mechanism. And in this method, the promoters or the persons in control of the company are not allowed to participate. But why is SEBI against this stock exchange route? See, as per the recommendations of the Keki Mistry committee, which was set up by SEBI to review the buyback regulations, under the stock exchange route, there is a possibility of one shareholder's entire trade getting matched with the purchase order placed by the company. What will happen then? The other shareholders will be deprived from availing the benefit of share buyback. So this runs contrary to the principle of equitable treatment, which forms the basis of all corporate actions. On the other hand, when the shares are repurchased by the companies from the shareholders on proportionate basis through the tender offer, other shareholders can also avail the benefit of buyback of shares. Therefore, SEBI favors this, that is the proportionate basis, over the stock exchange route because it considers the proportionate basis as more equitable, transparent and fair. The aim of this move of SEBI is to make the buyback process more efficient, transparent and shareholder friendly. Now coming back to our question, the right answer here would be option A, share buybacks. Moving on to question number 3. Consider the following statements with respect to Nai Roshni Scheme. Number 1, it is a welfare scheme launched for the leadership development of minority women. Number 2, the scheme comes under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Number 3, it is a component of the Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan PM Vikas scheme. How many of the given statements are correct? What is the context? This article in the PIB today has a reference to the Nai Roshni scheme and hence this question. See, this scheme is one of the schemes that was launched for the benefit of minority community and specifically women belonging to the minority communities in India. What does this scheme do? This scheme is for their leadership development, and this was launched in order to inculcate confidence and empower them by providing knowledge and techniques. This scheme comes under the Ministry of Minority Affairs and it is implemented through NGOs, civil societies and also government institutions. But now this Nai Roshni scheme has been merged as a component of the Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan or PM Vikas scheme with effect from financial year 2022 to 23. So what is PM Vikas scheme? This PM Vikas scheme is an integrated scheme that combines 5 existing schemes of the Ministry of Minority Affairs. Which are these schemes? These are SICO or Kamao, the Ustad scheme, which stands for upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts or crafts for development. Number 3, Hamari Darohar. Number 4, Nai Roshni and also Nai Manzil. Now coming back to our question. Statement number 1 is correct. This scheme was launched for leadership and development of minority women, right? Number 2 is incorrect. This scheme comes under the Ministry of Minority Affairs and not Women and Child Development. Statement number 3 here becomes correct. It is now a component of the PM Vikas scheme. Therefore, the right answer to our question here would be option B, 2 statements only. Moving on to question number 4. NABH accreditation is often seen in the context of accreditation for option A, healthcare organizations, option B, higher educational institutions, option C, airports, option D, food processing units. Why this question? This article in the PIB today states that 2 Ayush institutes have joined the coveted league of NABH and NABL accredited institutions. See, Ayush is an alternative system of medicine that comprises of Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. The Ministry of Ayush is taking various steps to promote and popularize this system of medicine. And now, 2 Ayush institutes have received NABH and NABL accreditation. So what exactly is this NABH accreditation or NABH accreditation? NABH stands for National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. And NABH is also constituent board of the Quality Council of India. And this has been set up to establish and operate accreditation programs for healthcare organizations. This accreditation or recognition focuses on patient safety and also quality of healthcare based upon national and international standards. Now coming to NABL. NABL stands for National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories. And the NABL schemes include recognition of technical competence of testing, calibration, medical testing laboratories, proficiency testing providers, etc. So when we come back to our question here, we know that NABH accreditation is with respect to healthcare organizations. Therefore, the right answer here would be option A. Here, you might also get confused that the answer could be option C. Because you would have read about NABH Nirman scheme, which is Next Gen Airports for Bharat. But please remember that the question is asking us for NABH accreditation. So be very alert and attentive while marking the answers in your prelims examination. Now let us take up a previous year question from Prelims paper 2017. Consider the following statements. The nationwide soil health card scheme aims at number 1, expanding the cultivable area under irrigation. Number 2, enabling the banks to assess the quantum of loans to be granted to farmers on the basis of soil quality. Number 3, checking the overuse of fertilizers in farmlands. Which of the above statements is or are correct? To answer this, we must know about the Soil Health Card Scheme. Soil Health Card Scheme is a scheme promoted by and being implemented by the Department of Agriculture and Cooperation under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. A soil health card provides the farmer with the soil nutrient status. So, the soil nutrient status of a farmer's landholding is assessed and advice is given to him or her on the dosage of fertilizers that is needed there. This printed report, that is the soil health card, will contain the status of this person's soil concerning 12 parameters, which includes macronutrients, secondary nutrients, micronutrients, and also various different physical parameters. Right? Based on the understanding of this scheme, we know that 3 would only be correct. 1 and 2 are irrelevant. Therefore, the right answer here would be option B, 3 only. Moving on to the fact of the day for today, which is Octave Festival of the Northeast. We've taken this up for discussion because this article here in PIB Today has a reference to the Octave Festival. See, the Ministry of Culture has been taking various steps to encourage and protect folklore artists through scholarship and fellowship financial support. The Sangeet Natak Academy, which is an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Culture, also provides financial assistance to support folklore artists across the country. And also there are various cultural talent search scholarship schemes that are in place for young talented children to pursue and study various art forms. Similarly, there is something called as the Octave Festival. The Octave Festival is organized regularly by the zonal cultural centers to promote and protect the rich cultural heritage of the northeastern region of India. This Octave Festival provides a right platform for the artists and artisans of the northeastern regions to project their rich cultural heritage. So this region comprises of 8 states, that is Assam, Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Manipur and Sikkim, and hence the name Octave. The first Octave Festival was held in March 2006. The Octave Festival cultural program consists of folk dance, folk music, choir singing, classical dance, drama, literary seminars, and also art and handicraft exhibitions. That is all for today. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching and keep learning.